Alrighty, guys. What's going on, everybody? Good evening to you all. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Hope everyone is all recharged and ready to go here for tomorrow to start another work week, another school week, everything like that. So, hope you guys are doing good, my friends. Let's go ahead and see what we got here for today before we dive on into it. Let's see here. I was chatting out there with Kristen. We had Aiden. We had John. Let's see here. Who else we had? We had Callie. Let's see here. Gabriel. We had Mark, we had Kimberly. Let's go and see who we have here now. We have ourselves John, Haley, let's see, Corvo, TRG, Tom, let's see here, Misty, Haley, Radioactive. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Let's see here, Tabletop, right off the bat, dude, coming in here with a $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much, dude. Saying anything for North Carolina. No, we're not really tracking anything severe for those areas, my friend. Not quite yet. The pattern, here in the next couple of weeks could shift to produce more severe weather events, I think. As well, a lot of other forecasters have been saying as well. It seems quite likely we are going to be seeing a big pattern shift, but specifically for a storm that we're looking at for your area is not there. So we're not looking for anything out towards your way. So you should be good, my friend. So thank you for the 2, man. Appreciate that. Let's see here. What's up, TRG? Said it's been a minute since I've been able to watch. That's all right, my friend. I get it. I totally understand that. Let's see here. Anything for Louisiana? Nah, not really. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and talk over here to this tornado threat here. This is the first thing I do want to get off my chest here. We got to talk about this tornado threat now. This is tomorrow. This is not today. This is for tomorrow. And the SPC has actually issued a slight risk, a level 2. On the spectrum, which is actually, I consider a decent threat for severe weather. I consider a threat level 2, pretty decent chance for severe weather. And this does include some pretty populated areas. I mean, you can see right here through Sacramento. We have ourselves a 5% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of Sacramento. So it is a possibility that we could get a couple of tornadoes out here in California. Now, the tornado risk area here is this color. We have the 2% risk out there for tornadoes, which is a level 1 severe weather threat. 2% chance of having a tornado within 25 miles of a given area. This does include areas out there by like Fairfield. Let's see here, Brentwood. This includes Patterson, Newman, Livingston. Let's see here, Merced, I think it is. Let's see here. Working our way up here towards Jackson. Now, this is all in California, remember, guys. Let's see here, Plymouth, Auburn. We have Oroville. We have Chico going all the way up here towards Redding and Anderson is where the tornado threat ends here for tomorrow. So that is our overall tornado risk area. Now, that's the level 1. That's the level 1 for tornadoes. Now, like I said, typically during a level 1, it's very rare. Most cases, you usually, depending on the size, obviously, but usually you don't see much tornadic activity, if any at all. And 2% chances are usually a really low threat, and sometimes they don't materialize. But then you have a level up, which is a level 2, which is a 5% chance for tornadoes. And at this point, it gets a little more serious. Obviously, a higher tornado percentage means the greater probability of having a tornado. And like I said, since this does include California, I mean, first of all, California getting tornadoes is not commonly heard of. They have had tornadoes in the past, of course, but it's not very often that we see tornadoes in California. And of course here, like I said, obviously with tomorrow's threat, a level 2 for tornadoes, it's not very common. Not very common at all. So that is definitely something we're going to need to be looking out there for here for tomorrow. I do plan on doing coverage on this tomorrow. I'm not too sure what time. Let me pull up models real quickly. We'll hop you guys over here to the models. Yeah, I want to check a look at models and kind of see when the timing of this. Oh, I forgot to add my face cam back over here. Hold on, let me just unhide that there. Okay. So yeah, that tornado threat's mostly out in this region here. You can see as we work way down in time, by the way, the time y'all is in the top right. You guys can see right here where I'm highlighting. Y'all can see that. That's where the time is. Now, this is in Eastern time, so just subtract 3 hours, and that'll be your Pacific time. So, we have ourselves a really strong low-pressure system. This is the engine, per se, of this whole event. A very strong low-pressure system is basically uppercutting California with a lot of moisture, a lot of strong winds, and a bit of instability. So obviously, harsh conditions could occur out here in California. Now, one of the big things is not only tornadoes. Not only are we going to see the potential for some supercells that could develop across portions here of California, but there's also the possibility of some really heavy snow in those upper elevations. Now, this has kind of been an ongoing thing here for the last little bit here in California. This whole phenomenon we call is an atmospheric river, which is basically just a big continuous string of precipitation and water vapor that goes right over this area and condenses and obviously turns into precipitation. So they've been seeing countless of these events here for the last several weeks, really. I mean, it's been pretty active regarding rainfall across California here, so it's been pretty crazy. They're definitely not lacking the precipitation as much as some of these other areas we were talking about. But yeah, no, there's a lot of snow on it. There's a lot of potential out there for some embedded supercells, which could kick off some tornadoes, unfortunately. So we'll have to keep an eye out there for that. Let's see here. Let's see, face cam kind of blocking them out. Yeah, that's why I had it hidden. There you go. I'll just do that real quickly so you can see it now. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're talking about here for the most part. You can see that low pressure system right here, working its way here, it's kind of stationary. It's almost not really moving that much, but it's slowly moving to the north, as you guys can kind of see here. But eventually, like I said, that's just going to throw a whole bunch of that moisture into California. And actually, at the current time being here, it's 7 o'clock. Some of that moisture is already starting to work its way out towards that region. So let's go ahead and hop over here to radar view. We're going to pull up the radar. Let's see. I might need to turn on the data here. So let me hop over here. Oh, that's not what I want. Data. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so let me pull up radar here. We'll pull up the one towards San Jose. And you can see, yeah, there you go. All that green there, that's all rainfall that we are currently seeing. A lot of rain starting to work its way through. We have some, a lot of rain showers per se right now. At the current moment being, that's kind of how it's going to be. It's just going to be a bunch of on and off rain showers for a lot of these places. But for those upper elevations, though, out towards the east, that is where we're going to have potential of continuous snowfall for several hours. It looks like that snow, if we hop back to models, it looks like that snow out here towards California is going to really start to ramp up here probably around probably right around midnight Eastern time here for tonight. So that'll actually be right around, let's see here. So beginning of February 19th. It's kind of roughly when it starts. I mean, it could start a little earlier here. I'd say, honestly, probably right around anywhere from 8 to 11 p.m. or so for you guys in California. Obviously, it's a really rough estimate, but that's, right around what we're looking at. Did I see the tornado in Florida today? I did. It was in Miami. Yes, I did. I seen that the Weather Service didn't do anything really about that. They didn't have any warnings out there, which is, not very, very good. Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I did see that. Also, radar we had some pretty nasty areas of rotation that was popping off out there. So it was definitely a little interesting. But anyways, if y'all are just joining here, like I said, first of all, welcome. Hope you're doing good. But like I said, we have a level 2 for tornadoes tomorrow, which is the brown area. This is kind of the biggest tornado threat here for tomorrow. And like I said, Sacramento is right in the middle of it. This includes Elk Grove areas here to the south out there by, let's see here, Oakdale. Let's see here, Mantisa, maybe. Like I said, your guess is as good as mine. I'm not the best with the pronunciations in these areas here, or really just the U.S. in general. There's not, it's kind of hard to name or hard to read towns in this country. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, you can kind of see for yourself, just kind of where the heaviest tornado threat is for tomorrow, which is, like I said, there's a scale that goes from 1 to 5. We're on a level 2 for tornadoes, which is, for California, that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. So, like I said, this will require coverage. I will be live tomorrow. I'm not sure what time I'm going to shoot to go live here. Probably sometime in the afternoon. We'll have to see. Like I said, on top of that, there's going to be a lot of snow too, which I don't think I'm going to need coverage for snow. There's really not much to cover, just seeing flakes fall down. It's just snow. While severe weather, though, that's kind of an issue. So we'll definitely be, talking about this as that goes on. Let's see here. Storm Chaser Ethan says, personally, I don't see anything worth a slight. I mean, Weather Service people, Storm Prediction Center, I should say, they thought it would. I mean, and they put the slight risk out there. I mean, maybe they see something that we don't, but I kind of agree to some degree here. But honestly, I do see tornado potential in this. Let me go ahead and hop you all back over here to the models again. Or this version of the models, I should say. So this is the CAPE, basically the convective energy. And it looks, you can see as we work our way later tomorrow, how a bit of instability. Oh, no, you can't see that. Here, let me hide again. You can see how some of the instability starts to build in out there towards California. Like I said, right in this region here, not a whole lot of instability, but for California, I mean, this is something. So yeah, we'll have to watch out there for that's the mean. That's like the expected. I'd call it the expected CAPE per se. And then obviously maximum is a little heavier, but the minimum is not much. But this is the expected range here. So we're going to see upwards of 1,000 joules per kilogram. I mean, it's something, like I said, especially we have a lot of shear, a lot of strong winds that will be across California. I'm not worried about the shear part. Because of that trough ejection we have, because of that big trough that we have slamming up against or kind of rubbing up against, I should say, more than slamming against, kind of rubbing up against California here. Let me bring up the winds. We'll bring up 850 millibar, which is very crucial for tornadoes and stuff like that. And you can see as we approach later on here for, like I said, later on here for tomorrow, right around where that instability pool is going to be there, you can kind of see how we have some stronger winds out there towards that central north central northern portions here of California, where that tornado threat is. So you can see those two do line up. Those two do line up here. Let's go ahead and keep that area circled. So that's where the strongest lower level winds were. And you can see as we work our way towards that time frame in the evening here, or at this point, honestly, kind of afternoon, I believe, for California's time. And there will be instability that will be overlapping the strong wind shear at that point. So there's definitely potential there, I do see. So we'll definitely need to look out there for that. There's also another thing we look at it for tornadic development, and that's storm relative helicity. Pretty much like rotating updraft potential, essentially, basically helicity is very important for tornadoes and stuff like that. And you can see how essentially, I mean, that's, we are seeing those increased values once again out there for later on tomorrow. So all the ingredients, like I said, shear, the kinematics, the thermodynamics, I mean, they're there. So we'll just have to see if Mother Nature decides if it wants to. Sometimes, I've seen events pop up here. I mean, I've seen them, full, cocked pistol environment type of thing. This is, not really anything massive per se, but it's, I've seen the environment that's ready to produce tornadoes, and it doesn't. I've seen that happen many times, and, that will continue to happen throughout Earth's existence. You're going to have some times where all the ingredients are together, but there is going to be times where they don't necessarily always fire. But like I said, I mean, who knows? We don't know. That's the thing. So we do know that the ingredients will be there to produce tornadoes and, overall, some severe thunderstorm activity. It's just a matter of, we'll see if nature does it or not. So keep that up in the view. I do want to pull up HRRR. I've seen that TRG was talking about that HRRR has been a little crazy. So let's go ahead and check up on that. Let me hop over here to the models. Hopefully my big head's not in the way. Oh, no, we're good. We're good on this one. Okay. So let's see. So yeah, really tomorrow you can kind of see how it pops through. So once again, I mean, you can see that low, that central low is right here. Very strong low pressure system. This is the engine, like I said, of the whole storm system. This thing's tracking north here, and it's just driving a bunch of moisture, a bunch of winds up against the side here. Up against the side here of California. So like I said, we're getting moisture, we're getting winds. I mean, it's all going to be there. And also, like I said, instability working into the region here at that later on point here, which is really interesting. It kind of seems to be mostly, I believe this is the valley. Like I said, California's topography is a little interesting. I'm pretty sure this is just a big valley in the middle of California. I know there's a lot of mountains. The biggest mountains are out in this way, I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure that this is just a big valley in some of these regions here. So with that being said, it looks like that instability is pretty isolated to those valleys, which is why, it seems to be keeping that threat mostly in that central middle portion of California. That's where the instability is going to be at here overall. Now let me bring up reflectivity here. This is simulated reflectivity. Obviously, what it looks like. So, this event's going to be really popping here throughout pretty much, it looks like the afternoon, evening here for tomorrow. Like I said, I will be live to cover this here whenever this does decide it wants to pop off. If it decides it wants to pop off here. Honestly, one of my concerns about this event is that there might be too much convection. I've seen a lot of events play like this where you get the thermodynamics and you get the kinematics. So you get you have the strong winds and you have the instability to get some violent thunderstorms to start. But sometimes you'll have too many of them or too much storms trying to happen at once. With that I think might be a bit of an issue tomorrow. Just too much convection. I think that's a possibility, which could be a bit of an issue. Once again, we'll have to see. Like I said, the ingredients will be there for tornadoes, and tornadoes will possibly occur tomorrow in California. But we'll just have to take that hour by hour when we're live tomorrow. Anyways, let's see here. Death Valley. Gotcha. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with a lot of California, honestly. Not too familiar with these regions here. We really don't cover California too much. Now that I think about it, we mostly cover the central eastern country, but whenever something happens for California, we always cover it. Like the hurricane that we covered last year that hit Southern California, dude, that was wild. But it's pretty rare that we usually cover. Like that's what it seems like. There's just I think too much convection that's going to be a possible blocker to severe weather, but we'll see. We'll definitely keep an eye out there for that. All right, so we're going to hop on back over here to the risk area. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys once again where this is going to be located here for tomorrow. Let me hide the radar again. Let's see, we'll turn off the data for a minute. So let me just hide the radar, and I will show you guys kind of, where we're looking at here. Let's see. So, like I said, we have two levels for the tornado threat tomorrow. We have, obviously the level 1's across the green. This is lower probability of seeing tornadic activity. And you can see that risk here from the Storm Prediction Center, it goes all the way as high as Anderson, Cottonwood, Redding area, and it goes all the way as far south out there towards, towards Merced. I think that's how you say that. Like, once again, I'm not good with name pronunciations, but you guys can see it. If you're local to this region, if you live in this region, then you know what I'm talking about. And out there by like Livingston, Newman areas, that's as far south as it goes. Now, it doesn't go too far to the west. It kind of gets cut off by Fairfield, Clayton, Livermore. That's kind of right where the tornado risk cutoff is from the Storm Prediction Center. And then, of course, we work our way into the level 2, which is the larger tornado threat, the greater probability for tornadic activity. And this does include like Yuba City and more importantly, I should say, or not more importantly, more populated, I should say, Sacramento. Sacramento is a pretty populated area. I do know that for a fact. In which Sacramento is, also in that, in that threat, that the biggest threat for tomorrow. So if you live out there, obviously, just be weather aware tomorrow. And like I said, I'm going to be live for it. Or what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be on standby. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna be on standby. I'm gonna have a thumbnail. I'm gonna have the title, everything ready to go. And if a tornado warning gets issued, then I'm going live, and I'll stay live for a couple hours. That's the plan. That'll be the plan. So obviously that'll prevent, if say the event doesn't perform very well, which is a possibility. It doesn't perform well. If it doesn't, then I won't be live for this anyways. I'll probably be live tomorrow evening if, nothing happens. Probably for like an update or something like that. But, if things get bad, then I will be live for it. Okay? That I want you guys to know. That way, if anything pops off and if I'm live, that something's going down, okay? So I will, that's how we're going to play this out tomorrow. Let's see here. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I mean, feel free to let me know. Want to be here for y'all. What's up, Brad? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. I'm going through some of these. Gonna go through some of these chats here. Like I said, I haven't been too active reading comments right now, so sorry about that. Just trying to try to keep you all up to date. See, I'm living in Sacramento County. Fair Oaks looks crazy and windy, says Kathy. Well, be safe out there, my friend. Yeah, definitely be safe out there. Like I said, the timing of this event here is going to be kind of right around, well, let's do a little conversion here. It looks like, here, let me hop you all over here. I'm thinking it's going to be happening here pretty much for the, right around 22 Zulu, roughly, is when, the event's going to be performing, or right around where it will be. That's right around, let's see here, that's right around 5 p.m. Eastern time, so that would be what? So 4 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Mountain, and 2 p.m. Yeah, so it'll be pretty much afternoon for you guys. So right around afternoon is whenever it looks like it's going to be popping through. And once again, like I said, you all can see that there is a pretty strong low, that's out there, that's driving up all of that activity there. Let me pull up the wind shear. We're gonna look at the wind shear here with the event popping through. So yeah, it looks like when this event does pop off here for tomorrow, the winds are going to be, right around 30, 40 knots or so, right around that area where that tornado activity is going to be, which, like I said, is doable and is capable of tornadic activity, just off of the winds alone, the kinematics, I should call them. Let's see here. Let me pull up storm relative helicity and stuff like that, So yeah, the winds are there. I mean, there is potential for rotating thunderstorms, we call supercells. So we'll keep an eye out there for that overall. And of course, instability. See our mixed layer cape here. So I mean, we're going to be, there's really not a whole lot of instability, honestly, but you'd be surprised with what nature can work with. I mean, I've seen some pretty low instability areas drop tornadoes before, so I mean, it's possible for sure. Especially heavier pockets of instability that models don't do very well at picking up on. That is another thing that could, allow for one in particular storm to be stronger than the other. So we'll see. What's up, MP? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Glad to have you here. Logan says, I got my tornado preparedness kit already. Helps that the house is made of concrete. Yeah. Let's see here. Do I anticipate a different outlook tomorrow? I mean, if you mean like an upgrade or anything, definitely not an upgrade. No, if anything, it'd be a downgrade, honestly. I don't think there is going to be any upgrades to perform here. I mean, we'll see how if they hold it. I have seen events where they have downgraded the threat before, which, honestly, let's hope that's the case. Right now, you can see it's a slight risk. It's a itty-bitty slight risk for size comparison, but it is California, which, like I said, it's pretty rare. Pronounced mid-level trough associated with the surface cyclone will be seen at California's coastline tomorrow. Relatively cool and dry air mass will limit thunderstorm development across most of the continuous U.S. Let's see here. However, adequate low-level warm moisture. I'm not going to read all this. Let me just scan it. Marginally severe hail will also be possible. So did they include that? They did. That's actually new. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, no, they got everything, man. They got everything. They got tornadoes, hail, damaging winds. It's all a thing here. Here you go. Tornadoes, 5% chance. Winds, 5% chance. And hail, yeah, 5% chance. So all hazards, y'all. All hazards. Let's see here. Becca, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you saying thank you so much for the heads up. No problem. You're very welcome. I had no idea this was going down. My daughter is in, let's see, Modesto. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And the rest of my family's in Sacramento. Gotcha. Well, Becca, thank you for the 5. And I'm very, very, very glad that you got the word. That's very important. And I'm glad that, you know that it's happening now, or know that there's a potential to happen. And like I said, I don't know if you were here from whenever I went over the risk area, but like I said, yeah, Sacramento is one of the areas in the heaviest the highest level for tomorrow. Like I said, there's 2 levels for tornadic probability. There's a 2% chance across the green and a 5% chance across the brown. The way this works is that every 25 miles, so if you were to draw a big grid-like pattern that makes up this whole outlook area, in each one of those boxes that is 25 miles by 25 miles, so a big square 25-mile diameter box per se, or perimeter box per se, there's a 5% chance a tornado could drop somewhere in that box across the brown, and a 2% chance it could happen somewhere across the green. So, I mean, for one specific area, getting a tornado is not very likely. Not likely at all, actually. However, if you accumulate all of those grid-like boxes, then it becomes a higher probability that somewhere could see tornadic activity. See what I'm saying? So for one specific area, it's a very low probability. For the collective outlook area, it's a greater probability. So let's see here. But once again, Becca, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Good afternoon, Catloaf. Hope you're doing good. Becca says, y'all know I think y'all are the best. My daughter's life is so important. Absolutely. Oh, everybody's life is very important. And, whenever it comes to helping you guys out and, warning you guys for impending weather, then, I'll be here for you. It's very, very important. And that's the reason why I do this. I always love weather. I always love tracking it. And, when it comes to helping people as well, I mean, shoot, it's a win-win for everybody, really. So, yeah. So you're very welcome, my friend. Glad to help out. Let's see here. But yeah, so like I said, y'all, they did include the hail threat as well. Like I said, it's just a small 5% chance. I mean, hail size won't be anything spectacular. We're not going to see any monster size hail or anything like that. With this event here, like I said, we have a 5% chance for hail that covers like the entirety of that tornado concern. Same area we're talking about. 5% chance. And hail size could be up to basically, right around quarter size. I mean, we're really not talking much of any large, large hail. Marginally severe hail will also be possible. So, where the point at which hail becomes quote unquote severe is right at 1 inch in diameter, or roughly, or I should say precisely, quarter size. So quarter size hail and above, that is what we consider severe hail. And with it being quarter size, it's marginally large hail, which, marginally severe hail will also be possible. So yeah, we're talking right around quarter size. If hail was to happen in these storms, it would be right around quarter size. So nothing really too big. And of course, with the damaging winds, that's also included with tomorrow's threats. For once again the same areas here, we're right around a 5% chance, which is, we're going to be seeing those winds possibly gusting. Now remember, these are damaging wind gusts. These are not sustained winds. The winds could gust as high as about 60 miles per hour. So 60 mile per hour wind gusts is, really, in my opinion, not too crazy. Obviously, yeah, it's heavy winds and can cause some damage. Obviously, loose objects that's outside, property could be damaged or destroyed depending on what it is. Yeah, don't get me wrong, they can cause damage, but honestly, like I said, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, gusting at one point to that. It's not seriously crazy, but obviously, you should be inside whenever winds do gust like that. Let's see here. It'll be interesting to see a tornado watch in California. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know 100% if they're gonna issue a tornado watch here tomorrow, but I will tell you this: most events that they do issue tornado watches are for 5% tornado probability and higher. I've noticed that for the several tornadic events that we've covered on the channel, and for me doing this for years. And from what I've seen over the years, you usually see them issue a tornado watch or some form of watch when tornado probability is 5% or greater. Now, there has been a very rare instance where I have seen a tornado watch issued for a 2%, but not usually. That's usually if it's pretty widespread. But honestly, yeah, there's a possibility we could have a watch tomorrow. We'll see. We shall see. They'll probably just keep an eye on, like, conditions. I mean, obviously, tomorrow morning we'll get some information. We'll get some new weather data, from Mesonets, and more importantly, weather balloons. Weather balloons launch twice a day, 0 Zulu and 12 Zulu. So, come morning time, we're going to get, actually, right around the time of the event, we're going to get another weather balloon launch, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure we're going to get a weather balloon launch right around kind of maybe mid-late event. So we'll see how that reads overall. But yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. So just make sure, like I said, if y'all live in these regions here, I mean, if you know anybody who lives out in the area, just call them up, give them a heads up. I mean, like I said, it's, the probability of someone specifically getting a tornado, say for someone say who lives in this region, the probability of them getting a tornado is very low. Yeah, very low. But, adding all those areas up, the chances of having a tornado in general is possible. It's quite possible. Which, there's a possibility that if we did have a tornado, it could, I mean, I hate to say this, but there is a possibility that, it could land up in one of these towns. I mean, it's just probability, but the odds are specifically low for one specific area. Let's see here. They don't have tornado sirens, just moved from that area. Let's see, which direction is the wind blowing, up or down? What do you mean, like north or south? So this system is driving the winds to the northeast here. So what's happening here on the big picture of things, we got ourselves a low pressure system. So we'll just draw the low out roughly in this area here. That's right around where that low pressure system is located. And we got a lot of warm air. That's, a lot of moisture per se. A bit of moisture and warmer conditions temporarily. For California here. So with that being said, we're getting moisture, which will lead to some snowfall in those upper elevations, thunderstorm potential, severe thunderstorm potential. Instability will also build into that region here as well. And, the way low pressure systems work is they basically, they spiral. They spiral counterclockwise. In the northern hemisphere anyways. In the southern hemisphere, it's different. But for the northern hemisphere, we don't got to worry about the southern hemisphere. These things rotate counterclockwise. So the cooler air is coming down from the north, and then warmer air is coming up from the south. Which is rotating counterclockwise in general. Let's see here. See, they don't be worried about fires. During the winter time, I was born and raised in California, and those winds hit those lines, and whoop, there it is. Yeah, now there's some pretty wild weather in California. Fire weather and droughts and all that stuff. Well, fire weather consists of dry conditions, low relative humidity and strong winds. Low humidity is considered high fuel for fires and stuff, which, I mean, in this case, it's very not related, but anyways. But yeah, just saying that, California does get some pretty crazy weather, but it's not too often that you see tornadoes being one of them. I mean, it happens. It does happen. It is on record, but it's not as common per se as like the eastern U.S. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. This is rare because, as far as I know, California hasn't seen a 5% day 2 tornado risk. I'm not too sure of that. But seeing a 5% tornado risk for California, that is pretty rare in itself. Yeah, that is pretty rare in itself. I mean, it is not really every day that you do see that. So, I mean, yeah, it's not too common. Let's see, we'll hop over here to the southwestern U.S. real quickly. Of course, my camera's still in the way. We're gonna disable my camera for a minute. So there's California. Here, let me pull up the instability again. Let me go ahead and show you guys the new people who's joining us here. Like I said, down in time here. As we approach the evening for tomorrow, kind of evening Eastern time, beginning of evening Eastern time. So this is, for this specifically, this is for actually the afternoon of Pacific time. So this is right around like 2 or so p.m. roughly. So early afternoon per se. And you see all this gray here. Like I said, this is all potential energy. This is basically the juice for thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms. Think of this as the fuel, right? So if you have a lot of fuel, then you got a lot of potential. And if you don't have much fuel, then you don't got much potential. So, considering what we got in California, it's not overkill. I mean, it's not a lot of instability, but it's something. It's something to work with. There is pretty decent. I mean, I consider this decent instability for California for this time of the year, and given the situation we're in right now, it's doable. It's doable. Another really important thing is, like I said, the winds here. So if we go over here to the lower level winds, 850 millibar height equivalent, we call it. For example, that's about 4,000 feet up. That's different for California because their altitude difference, but we're not going to make this too confusing on you guys. So yeah, these are lower level winds. Just keep it as simple as that. They're lower level winds, not quite at the surface. They're above the surface. But we got those winds, especially there in the valley here, here in the valley. Not anything spectacularly crazy. We're talking at most maybe 30, 40 knots across some of that area. It's doable. It is doable. If we hop over here to the mid-level winds here overall, due to this trough here, we got to by ourselves. This is more like middle-level atmosphere. So we're talking right around 50, maybe 60 knots or so, which is good for storm organization. So the bottom line, I mean, we have enough instability to allow for things to occur. We have decent enough wind shear. I mean, it's not the best, but it's something that'll work. So the fuel and the engine is there. We'll call the wind shear the engine. So we have an engine, we have the fuel. Things are there. Now let's see here. Let me pull up. What was I gonna do? I forgot I was gonna do so. Oh yeah. Let me hop over to reflectivity here. So this is showing us storm, storm mode per se. And you can see right as we approach that window where there's gonna be the potential for severe weather and stuff like that. One of my concerns per se with this event here is too much storm coverage. So you see here, see how in this area, how we're, right around roughly where the tornado threat's at and just the threat in general. You see how there's a lot of cells. I mean, there's a lot of cells. A lot of popcorn cells, we like to call it. There's a lot of these cells. And honestly, when you have too many of them, they can become a problem. It can become a problem for storms trying to become severe, which in this case, this could be a good thing. This could be a really good thing. And this could actually maybe help lower that tornado threat. If there's too many storms, that could be a possibility. Okay? So if you have too many little storms soaking up the instability, sucking up that, that fuel we were talking about, if there's a lot of storms doing that, it's not going to leave that much instability for the big storms that's trying to develop. Does that make sense? So for an environment for something to really pop off, you would need not very much storm coverage. I mean, you'd need a couple storms, obviously, but you don't need a really wide variety of them. And it seems like all the models really agree on that. There's really not one model that says, isolated supercell. It's mostly just a big mash of a bunch of bad convection, a bunch of bad, thunderstorm coverage per se. Mostly a lot of scattered type. So, with that being said, like I said, I mean, that could be a problem in limiting tomorrow's severe factor. So let's just keep an eye on that. We'll just keep an eye on that. Obviously, when tomorrow comes, I'll look at it. I will analyze it. I will look at the weather balloon analysis. We call it soundings. So I'll look at the sounding tomorrow when it comes through. They like I said, they launch them at 0 Zulu and 12 Zulu. For example, right now it's 041 Zulu, so they just launched the weather balloons about 40 minutes ago. All across the U.S. Matter of fact, a lot across the world just launched weather balloons about 41 minutes ago. They do it on the dot, which is pretty cool. So obviously UTC, it's universal time. Think of that as Earth's time. Think of that as Earth, their time in general, right? So think of that as like the Earth's time, and not in time zones, because there's 24 time zones in the U.S. or 4 in the U.S., 24 in the world. But it's just Earth's time and universe time. So they launch it all at one moment. I mean, it's pretty cool. So yeah. And of course, like I said, with tomorrow's event popping through, I mean, for us, it's going to be kind of late afternoon. Like I said, it's going to be kind of late afternoon. Early evening is whenever the event in Eastern time is going to occur. But for you guys, you all specifically, in that risk area, this will be popping off here pretty early noon, I'm thinking. Let's see here. We got like 6 inches in Indiana. Wasn't expecting. Should have watched NWO says the night before. Yeah. So in Indiana, 6 inches of snow. I'm pretty sure that was not. I think that was probably higher amount. I don't think we were expecting that much. Yeah, models didn't do too well. I don't think, personally. What time are things going to start becoming a concern, says Andrew. So we were talking, like I said, the storms here. Let me pull up the models here. I can pull it up on this page too, which is pretty neat. So once again, the dark green and the brown here, this is the tornado area. This is the tornado risk area. 5% chance across the brown, 2% chance across the green. So yeah, let me pull up the data. We're going to display, turn up the data here. So HRRR, reflectivity. Here you go. Okay, y'all can't see time, but I will read it out to you, okay? So we work way down in time. Actually, that model doesn't go too far. Let's go 18 Zulu. That's one of the long HRRR, 48-hour run. Okay, so yeah, so right in this time here. So this is right around 1 p.m. Eastern. So let's see here. That would be 12 Central, 11 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Western time, Pacific time. So 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you can see how right around early afternoon is whenever we're going to see a bunch of that convection. But like I said, I think there's going to be too many storms. So that could be a good thing, like I said. That could be a good thing, which could help, limit available energy for one in particular storm to really get going. But we'll see. Let's see here. So you got 3 inches. Nice. I mean, pretty decent snow, I guess. But yeah, so once again, y'all, that's just kind of what we're looking at out there. So be careful if you know anybody who lives in California. I mean, just once again, give them a heads up. And like I said, there's also a hail and damaging wind threat, too, associated with this threat. Nothing of real big concern, honestly. The main concern is tornadoes. Main concern is tornadoes. Hail, like I said, here, let me hop you over here. I'm going to need to hide my face cam again so you guys can see the risk since it's so far to the west here. So the overall threat here, you can see that tornadoes is a 5% chance. So 5% chance for tornadoes out there, which does include like Sacramento, like we were talking about. So pretty populated region there. So tornadoes, 5% chance. You go to winds. You can see how there's a big 5% chance region across that tornado risk area. I mean, it's the same regions we're talking about here. So this is a small wind threat for some thunderstorms that could have damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Okay, so there's a possibility that some of these wind gusts could get up to 60 miles per hour in this area. Once again, these are gusts. These are what the winds could gust up to. Not particularly sustained. This is, peak winds in those storms. Now, when it comes to hail on the other side, like I said, we have another 5% region here. This is for hail. In the, we're talking low in hail threat. I mean, this is really the lowest hail threat you can give, really. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So for hail, we're seeing maximum size of hail being right around, quarter size, or 1 inch in diameter. And that's actually where the severe hail threat starts. So for hail, if anything is lower than a quarter size or lower than 1 inch in diameter, it's not considered severe. So penny-sized hail, nickel-sized hail would not be severe hail. But once you break that margin, like I was saying, between quarter-size hail and above, that is where it becomes considered severe. Okay. But yeah, for tomorrow, once again, not really a huge hail threat as well. Could have some penny hail maybe in some storms, but we'll see. We'll have to see how that plays out. But honestly, chances are pretty low. Let's see here. Let me see here. But yeah, guys, like I said, if y'all have any questions or anything like that, I mean, feel free to let me know. Like I said, I'll be here for y'all. I want to make sure you guys are well aware of the situation. I want to make sure you guys are obviously ready to go and stuff like that when it comes to, this storm system here. So, yeah, like I said, feel free to shoot me a question or two if y'all have any. Obviously the main goal here is to keep y'all prepared and keep y'all weather updated. So that's the plan. But yeah, once again, timing, guys, tomorrow for California will be happening in the afternoon hours. So right around, anywhere from 1 to 3 p.m., I'm thinking, is when things are going to start to fire off, and it could continue into the evening a little bit. We'll see. Bunch of scattered storms. A bunch of scattered storms seems quite likely. Like I said, that could become a problem for the storms trying to develop into strong severe weather or into strong severe thunderstorms, which could be a good thing. Bad thing for the storms that are trying to become severe, but a good thing for the probabilities of them not being severe. So we'll see. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope. So we'll just hope that everything turns out fine. I'm in Northern California near San Jose area. Gotcha. Well, stay safe, my friend. San Jose, I believe, was in the threat, if I'm not mistaken. I swore I've seen San Jose, right? Like I said, I'm not too familiar with these areas, to be honest with you guys. I'm not from California. I'm from the East Coast, so I'm not too familiar. Let's see here. Where is this at? Oh, yeah. No, San Jose is good. San Jose is good. Yeah, so you can see how you, my friend, are west of that threat. So no problems for you, my friend. You're good. Yeah, that threat's going to be more for the valley, more to your east, per se. So that's good news. Yeah. Will I be live tomorrow? Yeah, I will be live tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, I plan on doing another update live stream on the weather in general. That's if I don't do coverage. Now, if I do coverage, it'll be because there's activity ongoing. Like I said, I'm going to set up a thumbnail. I'm going to set up a title, everything like that. I'm going to be ready to go tomorrow. So if I don't go live, nothing really is happening. If I do go live, that means something's occurring or something was ongoing. So we'll see. Good afternoon, Livewire. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Let's see here. See, all perfect. Yeah, so you're good, my friend. Let's see. San Francisco streets are it's gonna get ugly. Yeah. I mean, San Francisco, like I said, y'all are not a threat. Y'all are gonna get some rain out of it, don't get me wrong. But it's not gonna be anything crazy. Yeah, that's where it's more east. Like I said, Sacramento, that's where like the greatest concerns at, population and threat level wise. Sacramento's like the area with the greatest concern. Let's see here. Rain says this neutral will be short-lived. Are you talking about Pacific Oscillation? I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's supposed to tank. It's supposed to tank later this year, but bit off topic. Bit off topic. See here. Something I just remembered. Very important. Very important, guys. Look at this. Moderate risk for flooding. Southern California by Santa Barbara. Let's see here. Also including portions like Santa Paula. Let's see here. Ventura, I think it is. Yeah, this is just west of LA. Just west of LA. We got a moderate risk for flooding. So what that means essentially is that you have a really good potential of seeing some flooding if you live in those regions there. So just be careful. Ava wants me to take a look here at Stockton. Yeah, I could do that for you. Let me, first of all, break this program up real quickly. I'm going to have to move it over here. Oh, let me bring back my face cam here again. Here we go, Stockton. Yep, so you, my friend, first of all, you got a marginal risk for flooding. So there's a small flooding threat tomorrow, nothing too crazy. But Stockton is in the 5% tornado threat. So you got a shot for tornadic activity within the surrounding area. So tomorrow afternoon, that's right around the time this event's going to be popping off here. A bunch of scattered thunderstorms, a bunch of scattered showers and thunderstorms. So tomorrow afternoon's really the time you want to be looking out there for it. So, like I said, once again, if anything crazy happens, if anything starts really popping off here, I plan on going live for you guys. Like I said, sometime around that time. So I will try my hardest to be live for you guys around then. I should be able to make it. So we'll be live for you guys right around then. So if things pop off. Obviously, if things don't go really anywhere, if things really don't pop off, then I won't be live for it. Because, there won't be no need. But if things do start getting, warned and stuff like that, or if we get a watch or something like that, it gets issued, then, of course, I'll go live for you guys. Let's see here. Here we go again with flooding. I know. Yeah, you guys really did get slammed, especially down south here what was that, about a couple weeks ago? Yeah, you guys got hit hard. I remember LA had the moderate, or was it high risk? I think a high risk for flooding. Yeah, you guys got slammed down there. Let's see here. Santa Barbara can always flood us. Santa Cruz instead. Yeah. Well, Santa Barbara is very prone to flooding. I've seen. Ava says, "Thank you, no problem. Anytime, my friend. Anytime." Speaking of flooding, I'm gonna hop you guys over here real quickly. So this is what I've been dealing with all day. We've been in quite the rain scenario here across Florida. If you guys did hear about that earlier, Miami or near Miami got a tornado, confirmed tornado. It didn't even get warned. Wasn't even warned today. So that was something else. But yeah, I'm here up in Central Florida. In here, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, it's been pouring rain, dude. I think I've got 2 inches of rain or so today. It's been pretty hefty. Victoria, let's see, 94403. Okay, let's see here. Let me hop you over here. 94403. Let's see, my friend. Okay, so you're good. So, this threat, like I was saying, my friend, is going to be to your east. This is not for coastal California. Here, let me hide the flooding threat, so it's not too clutterful. So yeah, you can see this is right where you're at. In the dark green here and the brown, that is where the threat is. Okay, so yeah, that's to your east, so you should be good. Yeah, it's mostly for the valley there. Let me hide data again. At least, actually, I'll make it low. There you go. I'll make it low there. So yeah, I'm in Sacramento and it's already very, very windy. I mean, yeah, we got that storm that's coming in here. I mean, it's already starting to come through. I mean, look at radar now. Kind of hard to see radar, but yeah, there's a lot of rain coming in there. Let me hop up MEDAR data. Let's see, we'll pull up those winds. See how just how windy it is. Yeah, it seems pretty windy out there. Yeah, sustained winds around 30. Got 40 mile per hour wind gusts. Yeah, pretty windy. Be careful, my friends. I mean, also by coastal California, it's pretty windy as well. Let's see here. No more crazy for Indiana. We just had flash snowstorm. Flash snowstorm? I don't think I've ever heard of that. 6 inches. Half a foot. Pretty good snowfall. Anyways, but yeah, speaking of snowfall, let's actually look at that real quick. Let me bring this up here. I'm going to need to hide my face cam again. That way I can fit everything on the screen here. There you go. All right, let's see here. So here's precipitation type. So this shows you what's going to happen. So, yeah, once again, those upper elevations, man, they're going to get hit hard, dude. Really hard here. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's really those upper elevations there. You're going to really feel that snowfall. I mean, it's also going to lead up into potentially even Nevada. Maybe a little bit of snow out in those regions there. Could be possible. Let's see here. Mean snowfall accumulation here. Let's see what we're talking about per se. Dude, it breaks the scale. This is in inches. Yeah, you can see some of these areas, these darker colors, it breaks over 48 inches. That's just a light dusting. Nah, man. Yeah, these areas, though, up in California, those mountaintops, dude, they get really, really bringing some snow during these atmospheric river events, dude. I mean, it's pretty impressive. The amount of snow that you can see in some of those areas there. I mean, it's pretty nasty. Let's see, why don't I do this? I just now thought of that. Why don't I just, like, move this here? Perfect. That's a lot better. Yeah, so once again, here's storm juice. Y'all can see that storm juice building in here to California by the afternoon time here. Let's see. Can I give you real-time road conditions to see if snowfalls areas, especially here in Nevadas. Livewire, like I said, the problem with that, man, is the fact that copyright is a thing, and a lot of webcam sites are not supportive of other people using their content. So it's not very easy for me to say, oh, look, a camera, let me show that. I mean, it's not that easy, unfortunately. I wish it was. I have to ask for permission before I do, for legal reasons. All right. But anyways, guys, yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. If not, then, well, that's that. We just now hit our hour mark of being live here, guys. So, not too sure how much longer we're going to be live for today, but I'm going to be live once again tomorrow for this event popping through. Just wanted to hop on here for a little bit with you guys and, talk about what's going on here and all that stuff. So, we'll definitely watch it for sure. Once again, here tomorrow, it's going to get pretty warm too across some of these areas here in the south. That's just advection. That's just that moisture and that warm air rolling up into California here. Like I said, we have that low pressure system that's up there, northwest coast of California, not specifically hitting the coast, but that's that. See, it's open. The public has figured it. Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Let's see. But anyways, so once again, y'all, any final questions y'all might have, feel free to let me know. And if not, like I said, we're getting ready to call it a stream here for now, y'all. And like I said, we'll be live once again tomorrow to cover whatever could happen. So we'll have to keep it out there for that. So once again, the Storm Prediction Center, if you guys are just joining us, they did issue that slight risk here, level 2 threat for tornadoes, 5% tornado threat. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that. Let's see here. Will the snow melt in Indiana? No, it's going to stay there forever. Tiffany says, what's my thoughts on February 22nd? 4 days from now? Let's see here. Let me just do that, what I just did here. That seems to work out pretty well, actually. 22nd? Guess you're talking about the storm in the Ohio Valley there. I did see this last. You can see last several scans, the models, or last several runs, I should say, of the models has been there. Yeah, I mean that'll likely bring some more rain for the Ohio Valley. Nothing too much. Could be bringing a bit of snow for the Northeast though. Possibility. Maybe like way upper New England though. Really upper New England, but yeah. And obviously a pretty active start to next week, late February, but this is way too far in my opinion. I don't like looking this far. There's a lot of people that are like, oh my gosh, look at this. A really big system's getting ready to pop off here for late this month. It's like, dude, let's just get through the first couple of days. I mean, seriously. Unless I have solid evidence of a storm possibility occurring between all models, multiple runs, then I will look at it. Like, if somebody sees one model run of a crazy storm, they're like, gotta close everything. We gotta shut everything down. it's annoying. It really is annoying. So, just be careful. That's all I really gotta say. I say this, not too often, but be careful where you get your weather information from, guys, because there's a lot of idiots out there. No names. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but there's a lot of idiots out there that will say, be prepared for this really big storm coming up here, and it's sometimes 2+ weeks out. It's like, dude, come on. Get some education before you even try to forecast. I mean, honestly, I don't personally, this is my opinion, you don't have to have a degree to know weather very well. Similar to me, I did take some classes for weather, but I'm mostly self-taught. And I've been self-taught through books and websites and conversations with meteorologists and experience for the last several years. I've tracked weather. I mean, I'm not just your person that just picked up on weather like that. I have a background. I have a bit of a background. But like I said, there's just some people who just get started in the weather and they're like hyping everything up to be crazy. And then it's like, dude, so yeah, be careful. Just be careful. That's what I got to say, you guys. And all that. Models haven't been good at predicting even 3 days out lately. They have been having a bit of problems. Yeah, especially that, I think it was about a week ago or so, maybe less than a week. There was that snowstorm that went up across the Northeast there. Mostly towards coastal New England. It was forecasted to have some pretty heavy impacts throughout, central New England too. And it stuck right to the coast. Last change in models, that was pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy to see. But anyways. But all right, you guys. Well, like I said, I think we're gonna roll off here. I think we're gonna roll off here. I think we're got the word out there pretty good. Obviously, people who's just joining, you all can rewind the live stream, and we go over everything you really need to know, probabilities, what areas, all that stuff. So if you guys are just joining us, just rewind the live stream. Hyping stuff up is a horrible idea. Oh yeah, for sure, Tiffany, it is. And like I said, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people who do it. I mean, the stuff I say on the thumbnails and the titles might look intimidating, but I say it because it's real. I say it because there is potential. Like today's tornado threat. There's a tornado threat tomorrow. I mean, even SPC, the official forecasters out of Norman, put a level 2 for tornadoes. It's there. It's there. But yeah, there's a lot of people who just don't have the knowledge, the experience, to even say that. And whenever they see models pulsing an idea out of one run, one model, they lose their minds because they think it's going to happen, and then they worry other people and saying it's going to happen. But that's a subject for another day. Should I start like a podcast or something? A podcast channel, like a hangout channel. I was thinking of that the other day. I already have a couple channels. I have the shorts channel. I don't know. I might convert the shorts channel into like a, maybe like a hangout podcast, weather research type of channel. And this one will be weather updates and coverages, obviously. And then, of course, my gaming channel, which I am pretty dumb. My dumb days when there's nothing happening. So, but I think that'd be pretty cool. Haley says, can I check on Supercell Composite? Haley, there's no reason to check at Supercell Composite for your region, considering there's no event we're tracking for you. Also, Supercell Composites, not really the best thing. It's not really the best of things you look at. That's more like a quick overview type of thing you'd look for. I mean, it's basically a composite that takes kinematics and thermodynamics, so wind shear and instability, potential energy, and kind of plots it on the graph. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, well, yeah. So guys, if you haven't already, then go subscribe to that channel. It's under NWW116 Shorts. I'm gonna convert that to a hangout channel. Don't know what the name's gonna be of it yet. But I think that would be pretty cool. I should start streaming to that channel too. Have like having 3 channels, gaming channel for playing games, and this one for obviously weather coverages and updates, like I said, and then the other one will be for like just hangouts. We'll do like Friday night hangouts where we just talk and go way more off topic. Because I've noticed lately we have done that a lot on this channel where we just go off topic, and I feel like we need a specific channel for that. Because people who's joining and clicking on this video right now, or if they did, well, if you're here, you've obviously clicked on it. The people who's joining right now, they're probably coming in, they're like, what the heck am I looking at? But anyways, all right, so before I waste any of you guys' any more time, I'm going to roll off here for now. Once again, thank you all for joining us. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And like I said, yeah, just be careful out there. There's a tornado threat. I think there could be some hope in terms of the event not performing very well. The reason I say that is too much storms. I think that could be an issue. So we'll see. We'll have to see. Once again, if things do get bad tomorrow, say tornado warnings start getting issued, and obviously if we get a watch or anything like that, then I do plan on going live for you guys at that point. But if nothing happens, then, well, I'm not going to stream it. And of course, if all goes well, I do plan on streaming. I do plan on doing a stream tomorrow if anything doesn't happen still. I will do a stream for just an update. Just a bit of an update. Okay? Alrighty. Once again, big shout out goes to Becca, as well as Tabletop, you guys, for the donations. Appreciate it. Like I said, anything really helps. And, once again, I'm not the type to ask, but if you guys did want to support us, we do have that pin there if you guys want to check that out. But, especially, I got myself a bit of a thing I'm working on before I roll off here. Me and my friend, we've been coming together and we've been trying to work on it. So this is a thing I'm working on. It's a Mesonet. It's a fancy weather station. This radiation shield, and you got your probe, temperature, humidity probe. Quick little thing before I head off here. This thing. So in order to accurately measure temperature, the probe is inside this radiation shield, which allows the air to go through it, but it blocks the sunlight. So the sunlight directly beaming on the actual sensor itself gives you false readings and says higher than normal or higher than it is. So a little bit of something to leave you guys with. Pretty cool stuff. I got my wind meter here too. All kinds of instruments. I mean, I'm building a good station here. So that's that. What's the latest SPC outlook? Still got that slight risk, my friend. Yep, still got that slight risk here for tomorrow. Anyways, once again, very off topic. We're going to save that for my other channel. All right, you guys. Y'all have a good night. Y'all take care. Be safe out there. Once again, big thank you goes to Tabletop Geek and Becca Cunningham. Very sweet of you guys. Appreciate the super chats. And once again, you guys definitely did not have to do that. What I do ask you guys do, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. That way you guys can remain weather updated. And maybe consider sharing this too, because the more people you can share it to, the more people we can keep updated whenever crazy weather happens. And once again, we don't just cover California. We cover literally the entire United States, or the main 48, I should say. So, you know, like I said, if you're somewhere else than where we're covering right now, one day when severe weather happens, we will be covering your region. So, meanwhile, right now might not be very important for you. Another time will be so, or will be so. Yeah, that's the right word. Let's see here. Lucy says, thank you, Andrew, for all you do. You're so awesome. I appreciate that, Lucy. Thank you, and you're very welcome. You are very welcome. All right, guys, y'all take care. Stream's heading off in a minute. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night, and enjoy, or I should say, have a good work day. I wouldn't say enjoy. A good work day and a good school day, whatever you're doing tomorrow. But all right, guys, y'all take care, and we'll catch you later on. Peace out, my friends. Much love to you guys. We love you, and we'll see you guys later on. All right, guys. Peace out.